Hello YouTube, it's Joyce and I'm here to give you guys an update on my first month being natural. Today is the 14th and officially I have been natural for 1 month now. My BC was on December 14th and I came home from college, winter break, and I was like, Mom, today is the day. Go get your scissors. So she got them, she cut my hair, we did it in the bathroom, and I love the results. I love being natural. I have no regrets about cutting my hair or anything like that. I've had a great time with learning how to deal with my hair, the way that it grows out of my head. I do have a specified list of things that I do want to point out because there are some things that I feel like would kind of be a good heads up for people who are transitioning who may be doing their BC soon. So let me get that list up. And the first thing that I just want to kind of point out is make sure that you are indeed mentally prepared for your BC, because there are plenty of, because I'm right there along with you. I know what it was like to have your roots growing in and be like, oh, I have new growth, and you really just you're anxious to deal with your hair like your natural hair and not have to figure out what you're going to do is transition styles and all that stuff. But I'm going to say make sure that you're 100% ready to do it, because what's going to happen is you may end up cutting it too soon and then you may feel uncomfortable with your hair, which has happened with some of my other friends who were going through the transition. They got kind of anxious and they cut their hair and then they were uncomfortable with it and they felt regretful. And I don't want you to, that's not the way that you want to start this journey or this process. You want to start feeling your absolute best. So make sure that you're ready. Now, I transitioned for a little less than 4 months, and I actually had intended on transitioning for an additional 5 months. But I got to that point and I was like, no, this is not going to do it. And I was ready. I was really ready to cut my hair, and I did it. Something that I will say that I also encountered while I was transitioning, while I was telling people that I was going to be cutting my hair and I was getting some feedback, all my female friends were really supportive about my decision. However, on the other hand, all the guys that I was friends with were like, no, girl, please don't cut your hair, girl. I mean, they were doing the most. And they really felt that way. They felt really strongly about me cutting my hair. I even had one guy tell me that he thought I would be less attractive if I cut my hair. And I was like, okay now. And I thought, and for a second, I internalized what he said to me, and I became fearful. And I called my grandma to talk about it. And she told me, she was like, Joyce, you need to remember that you are not your hair. She's like, your hair does not make you. You make your hair. And that's something that I think all of us need to think about, because there are plenty of times when I see beautiful women with this beautiful, long, gorgeous hair, and they're not confident. So you don't notice them because they don't exude confidence. And then there are some people who have short hair, but they walk around like they are the best thing since sliced bread, and that's why people perceive them. And really, it has nothing to do with the length, the color, the texture of your hair. It's the confidence that comes from inside, and that's something that we all need to work on. It's not your hair. Don't cut your hair and walk around, woe is me, because that's the way you're going to be perceived. You have to come with it. You have to bring it with the confidence, and you have to bring it even more now that you're going to have short hair. So just keep that in mind. And you know, with my experiences, I've had no negative feedback from anybody with my hair. They all love my hair. White, black, male, female, Asian, Hispanic. They all love my hair. So, you know, love your hair too and be confident about it. Something that I will say, just a point of reference, is that I've noticed that I have a different curl pattern across my entire head. On this side, my curls are a little looser, so they stick out more. On this side, they're tighter, and they're like the same length, but they just, let me see, like this side and this side are basically the same length, but they just go in, you know, it looks different. It looks like my hair is different length because of the curl pattern is different. And even up here, it's not even curly, it's wavy. So just know that that's normal. And, you know, not many people have a uniform curl pattern across their head, so don't be, you know, concerned about that if that's what you find. I will say I have no regrets about cutting my hair. I know that I'll never go back to having a perm. I have enjoyed this process of learning how to deal with my hair naturally, and I'm looking forward to, you know, the rest of my years with my hair. Something that I will say is that after I cut my hair shortly after, I did miss the length of my hair. The length. Not the perm, but the length. because I'm used to having long hair, and for a minute I was like wishing that I had more hair to deal with. But something that has also come along in this first month with natural hair is patience. Like, I haven't gotten this extreme amount of patience for my hair to grow, and I'm enjoying every step of the process. I love having short hair. I love having short hair. I don't know, it's cool to walk around and people look at you and they see you and they're like, oh, I like your hair, girl. Like, I'm enjoying that, like, and it's cool, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the steps of this process. So just, you know, stay confident, and, you know, your TWA, it's going to look as good as you think it looks. If you think that you look good, other people are going to think you look good too. Let's see. Oh, something that I think is cool is that you're going to notice more people. If you haven't started already, you're going to notice a lot of people who are going natural. And it's cool to kind of see someone that you don't know what their name is, but be able to have a conversation like that. Because I've had a lot of people walk up to me and ask me about my hair, and we exchange experiences and things, products that we're using, that we're not using, things like that. And I can have a 20-minute conversation with someone that I don't even know their name. And it's cool because you just kind of see them and you already have that instant bond because y'all are going through something similar. So that's something that's really cool. I will say the last thing, something that I was not prepared for was how many times I would be mistaken as a lesbian with short hair. Now that's something that I was not prepared for at all, because it just never even crossed my mind. You know, if I go to the gym every day, and if I don't feel like wearing spandex clothes, I'll wear some sweatpants and a baggy shirt. Before, if I did that, that was not a big deal. If I did that the day after I cut my hair, wore sweatpants and a baggy shirt, and I got looks for days. And I could see in these people's eyes that it was a negative assumption they were making of me. I could tell in their face, and I was like, wow, how silly is that to make an assumption about someone's sexual orientation based on something as superficial as the length of your hair. Like, that has nothing to do with it. And, you know, it did give me kind of insight as to how that must feel for when, you know, when you're just walking, people look at you like, why, you know. But definitely just know that that's going to be something that you may deal with. But in the end, it still hasn't fazed me. It hasn't fazed me at all. I have loved this journey. I love being natural. I have no regrets. I really don't. And, you know, I'm going to keep you guys posted month by month as the things that I come across, different, you know, things that I experience. And you let me know about your experiences as well. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right. Bye, guys.
Right about now.